Shrimp etouffee is a classic Louisiana seafood stew made with tender, seasoned shrimp, smothered in a Cajun sauce that's packed with the Cajun flavors of New Orleans. But today, we are going to make shrimp etouffee the African way, with an African style and an African touch, specifically the Ghanaian way. We'll be pairing that with stir-fried riced cauliflower that tastes absolutely delicious. Let's get started. We'll need the tomato sauce. This sauce I have made in a previous video. I will link above and in the description so that you can check it out if you have not yet. We'll need about 2 cups of the sauce or more, depending on how saturated you want your etouffee to be. But for this meal, we are using 2 cups of the tomato sauce. We would also need 2 cups of riced cauliflower, 2 cups of chopped cauliflower leaves. I will put a link to how I make my riced cauliflower at home above and in the description box below. 1 large purple onion, chopped. We'll need 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of black pepper seasoning, and half a teaspoon of salt, or you could use any seasoning of choice. 1 tablespoon of olive oil or avocado oil, 2 1-inch by 1/4 inch cubes of butter, and 2 cups of raw or partially cooked jumbo shrimp. I'm using the partially cooked jumbo shrimp, but any size shrimp, whether raw or cooked, can be used, depending on preference. To make the cauliflower rice, pour in your olive oil, add about 1.5 tablespoons of your diced purple onions, fry until translucent. Then add your cauliflower rice. I decided to add about another tablespoon of onions just to give the cauliflower rice the aroma and the taste that I wanted. After combining the onions and the cauliflower, add about half a teaspoon of butter to the cauliflower rice and fry. Mix your seasoning together and then pour about half of the seasoning into the cauliflower rice. The seasoning is always dependent on preference. After about 5 minutes of stir frying on medium to low heat, the cauliflower would be done and cooked. I don't like my cauliflower rice too soft, so I try not to overcook it so that I still have the crunchy taste, just like regular rice. Pour out the cooked cauliflower rice into a bowl, and in the same pan, add the rest of your butter and pour the rest of the minced onions into the butter. We are preparing the etouffee now. Pour in about 1/3 of the rest of the seasoning into the onion and combine. Allow it to fry until almost translucent. And then add your partially cooked jumbo shrimp. The number of minutes you cook the shrimp for depends on whether it is partially cooked or raw. If it's partially cooked, you only need about 5 minutes, of it stir frying and cooking. But if the shrimps are raw, you need more time for it to cook. Once your shrimps are almost done, you can add your chopped cauliflower leaves, or you could use any vegetables of choice. The more the better. So you can include any type of vegetable you prefer, then add in your tomato sauce. Ensure the vegetables you put in are not the type of vegetables that get soggy too quickly. If it is, do well to add the vegetables after you have included the tomato sauce and it's cooked up to a point so your vegetables don't get too soggy or too soft. But if there are vegetables that take a while to cook, you can include it before including the tomato sauce, like I am doing, so that you still have the crunchiness of the vegetables if that is preferred. Sprinkle another 1/3 of the seasoning onto your sauce and let it simmer for another 2 minutes on medium to low heat. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to support my channel by giving me a thumbs up, share, and hit the subscribe button if you have not yet. I sometimes include vegetables in my cauliflower rice. What I do is to fry in some onions diced in either butter or olive oil, depending on the kind of taste that I prefer. Once that fries till the onions are almost translucent, I include the cauliflower rice as well as the vegetables that I'm using at the same time because the cauliflower rice does not take long to cook. If you try cooking the cauliflower rice before including the vegetables, the cauliflower rice can get very soggy, especially if you're using a hard vegetable like the cauliflower leaf like I'm using. But if you're using vegetables that are easy to cook, you can partially cook the cauliflower rice and then include the vegetables. That way they cook evenly. Sprinkle some seasoning or some salt onto your cauliflower rice and vegetables and stir fry until cooked to desired preference. I usually just let it cook as I stir fry for just about 5 minutes, as I prefer my cauliflower rice and my vegetables a little bit on the crunchy side. But you can most certainly cook it for longer to desired preference. And just like that, you are done. Serve and sprinkle on some chopped chives or chopped scallions, or otherwise known as spring onions or green onions, and enjoy. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and I do hope that you're going to try this recipe. Until next time, remember to be beautiful, be bold, be true to yourself and to others. Stay healthy and always be you.